Okay, you can.
Yeah, okay. Live.
Just a second. You can start, and if it will not work. You can check
I think that was good to show the first. Yeah, perfect.
Let's
I think
so
that's
this
great.
one. So so please say something.
Do you hear me now, Medina and Safar?
I can hear you, but it's a
I
little
can
bit
hear
far
you.
away.
Yeah, the same here. I can hear you.
I can hear you.
It's just from far.
I'm not sure. Just checking.
Hussein, you sound very muffled.
Oh, it's coming from here. Let's connect with this one.
Just give me a minute.
So you can speak through this one. Let's see if it's better.
Is it better now?
It's better. Thank you.
Yeah, it's better. Thank you.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, it's better, it seems.
Okay, then Mari, can you turn the camera so that he would be in the
I can.
to him?
I will be here then.
So,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I have no choice then. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. It's back a little bit. Okay, yes, I think that's perfect. Leave it as it is. I think you leave it as it is. It's perfect now, but I cannot see the front. Now.
You cannot see the other speakers. The other speakers we
Yeah.
can see here.
Okay, perfect.
It's,
then.
because they are now it's in the solo mode.
All right, let's start now. I think that's perfect to start. They can hear me very well now. That's just before we go live, just last time, just to confirm, you can hear me.
We can hear
Yes,
Melodina, you can hear me,
I can. Thank you.
but we cannot hear. Okay, with the delay, I can hear you. Okay, let's go live now.
It's already live.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever you are in the world. We're happy to have you on board. So we are in COP28 Blue Zone. As you know, we have this session to see the engagement and empowerment from the university, and we're pleased to have three highly skilled, innovative speaker part of this panel. I start with a lady, and she's a professor in innovation and also governance, and Professor Melodina, that she will introduce herself in a bit as well. And then we have also Professor Hassan Yaznanfar from the Derby University, and also we have Professor Safar Abrishami from University of Portsmouth. The combination of the panel, as you can see, we have the range in terms of gender diversity, we have both, and also in terms of wisdom, and also the skill that they have. They come with the variety of the knowledge from the governance point of view, as well as from the policy and impact. At the same time, we have a lecturer and a researcher from university that they have a reservoir of knowledge, and also the young generation, like Seperi, if I may call him, from the young generation, the lecturer in the university, and that's the aim of this session: how we can bring the knowledge and empower the youth, which are the part of the university, to this climate challenge and energy transition particularly. If I go, perhaps I go to Professor Meladenia, please. The floor is yours. The first, if you kindly introduce yourself, the background and the university and affiliation, and then we go back for another round. Please, we
Thank
will
you so
start with you.
much. Yeah, thank you.
The
So
floor is
I
yours,
have about,
Professor Meladenia.
can you hear me? So I have about 30 years of experience, both from corporate sector and from
Wait a minute. Yeah,
academia.
we have now.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Sorry, we have some difficulty to have the right and
We
back,
can hear.
but now we are okay.
I'm
We can, yes, please.
I think you could not hear me. So I'm going to
It was disconnected and just connected back. So I think Hossein is disconnected. So the host is disconnected. So let's wait for Hossein to join
So you're
back.
going to hear my introduction all over
We
again.
didn't hear.
Oh,
that.
you didn't hear it.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think they're joining back again. That's very interesting, because we're talking about the digital role in education and sustainability and energy transition, and we have
An energy.
technology issue. So that's a contradiction in itself.
Is there something we say that
Okay, we have you
okay.
again.
Yeah. So you add
we cannot learn technology?
I cannot hear you when you're talking.
Can you hear me now?
So let me go to Hassan.
Sure.
Hassan, perhaps you can introduce yourself.
May I? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Okay. I'm Hassan Yazdifar, Professor of Accounting and Management at Derby.
We can hear you, yes.
Thank you. I'm Professor of Accounting and Management at Derby University, UK. I'm having two roles in the university. One is that I am a college head of research and innovation, College of Business, Law, and Social Sciences, and also that the University of Derby has 6 research teams across the university, and one of them is Business, Economic, and Social Policy, that I'm leading that research team as well. So this is a brief introduction. And by the way, I've got a 37 years work experience, both in academia and industry. And over the last 37 years, I've tried to keep my contact with the industry in different forms, either as a board of director members or financial directors or consultancy projects. This is brief about myself.
stage.
Saber, the floor is yours, please.
You want to input?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Sapir Abishami. I'm program leader and
What do you wanna
senior
do?
lecturer at the University of Portsmouth.
This
Um,
doesn't work with
We
the
cannot hear.
So
It has to come from here to the loudspeakers here.
yeah, but it doesn't. No, this one's not. This was output. This is a
It
lip
was-
out. So this one doesn't
Okay,
work.
no, it was working before.
But this one lip out.
Saber, I cannot hear you. Sorry.
Input.
Okay, yeah, it needs to go from here to there. So it needs to input.
There's no input
Saber,
with the
I cannot
RCA,
hear
so
you.
we need this cable.
Can you hear me
This
now?
cable.
Can you hear me?
That one, is it?
This one is going
Oh.
to this one.
I bought
And we
another
now
one.
need to go from here to this.
No, when we start, it was working.
Yeah, yeah.
What happened?
I don't know.
Just give us a minute
Yeah.
to resolve this issue.
We bought the want to.
To go from the computer to this audio system
We
here.
don't have that cable.
No, I think you make it too complicated. When the system is working, why it should work? No difference.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Sorry about that, but it was working and now disconnected.
Was what?
We can hear
It was
you.
working when
Yeah.
we started.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Maybe he can't hear us.
No, I don't think so. Maybe we can just run the show.
Things.
Shall we do a different system?
I will reconnect. Yeah, we could, but then the links will not work from the videos. But
YouTube.
Well, nice meeting you all.
Yeah, same here. Very nice meeting you. I think it's your.
Yeah, it's all in Dubai in my place.
Yeah, you're in Dubai. Okay, so we are from a very cold weather. I'm from. It's very cold here. I think it's even colder where Hassan is, isn't it?
I don't know about Portsmouth, but in Nottingham it's cold.
Yeah.
And yesterday, it's very cold, and it was snowing yesterday.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
we haven't seen. At least you see the snow. We haven't seen the snow. But
No, we have seen yesterday, the day before. No, it was very good, I would say, but it was freezing.
yeah.
It's still warm here. Winter.
So you're enjoying the weather.
Dubai now is a lovely place.
Yeah, Dubai is. I think it was 28 yesterday. So
But by the way, during my introduction, did you see my picture as well, or it was just a voice?
No,
I
just
could hear you.
so, can you speak?
Yes.
But
Now-
you not
Hello?
Now it's okay, yes?
can you hear us all?
Is the volume
Saber, do you hear us now?
I
We
can
can hear
hear you.
you.
The computer is blocking. Computer has collapsed. It's not going. Now it's going. Okay.
I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you,
us?
Miro and Hossein. We can hear you.
They cannot hear me.
No, we can hear you.
Hear you.
Settings.
Setting doesn't come on.
There's no viewer online, so it's not a problem.
Audio.
Yeah.
Audio. Mic. So mix.
We can go for the Zoom. The computer is blocking, you see. When I jump there, okay, Black Magic, that's correct. Standard desktop microphone. This is this one, so they should hear you.
We can hear you. If you can hear us. Or don't you?
Let me send him a text message.
Oh, yeah.
Did we lose him? He says give us 3 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
So you're researching what? Both of you are researching in the field of energy, is it?
First,
Yes, various things. And now, you know that nowadays businesses or research is very interdisciplinary. And therefore, in my college, which around we have about 100, say, researchers in different forms. They are doing, many of them are doing interdisciplinary research related to climate change, zero carbon, energy transition, and all aspects of that. So, and as you know, nowadays the most grants are in the engineering or medical science or related to energy transition. In order to also get grants to support, they also
They are talking to each other.
Yeah. They can do it. Why is it not louder?
can you hear us?
Go
Jose?
louder.
Yeah. The volume that comes here,
Yeah. So
it should be RTV screen.
No, it's 91.
Browser not supported for background noise. You see, it's doing some kind of background.
Now you can hear them now.
Yeah.
Now we can hear you. If you hear us, it's fine.
okay,
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, perfect. That's perfect. Now they cannot. That's okay. If they don't see me, that's fine.
We can change that. No. Then we do also this one.
I think that was good. They don't need to see me.
Okay.
If they can hear me, let's just start the session. It's better. Okay. I think if you hear me, let's just start the session now.
We can hear
I
you.
can hear you.
Thank you. That's perfect. Thank you very much. They can hear you. They can hear you and they can see you. You cannot hear me. That's fine. I don't want to change anything, and then it would be problematic. So I'm sorry about the situation, but now let's just start. I mean, let me go to the first question, perhaps. We'll start with Melodina, and then if you want to introduce yourself and what you are doing at university, please take it away, and please do it. And
Thank you so
Melodina,
much.
yeah, perfect.
So I'm a professor of innovation and technology management. I work for the Dubai government at the Mohammed bin Rashid School of Government. It was set up in 2005, and its purpose was good policy and governance. So some of the things that I actually do is work with policymakers, and we try to make future-proof policies. And of course, the whole area of energy, we look at solar and many other things. This is very important for our institution. My background, I have more than 30 years of experience. I've worked in private sector, academia, and government sector. I've worked across countries, US, Germany, Taiwan, and India. So, and of course, now I'm in UAE. Thank you.
The session at the beginning very properly, but let's move on to Hassan now again. Hassan, please, the floor is yours.
Good day, everyone. I'm Hassan Yazdikar, Professor of Accounting and Management at Derby University, UK. I'm having two roles in the university. One is that I'm College Head of Research and Innovation, College of Business, Law and Social Sciences. And also that the University of Derby has 6 research themes across the university, which tries to bring all the research activities under each of them and then develop interdisciplinary research. So one of these 6 research themes is business, economic, and social policy, which I'm leading that across the university. I have 37 years of work experience in both academia and industry, and during these 37 years, I've tried to keep contact with both of them in different forms, consultancy, project management, and different forms. And as you know, nowadays, the issues about energy transition, climate change, zero carbon are very hot topic, and therefore that requires all disciplines across the university to contribute to that in order to fulfill the expected responsibility of the universities, and also contribute to the government's policy in terms of implementing their long-term strategy and sustainable development goals. This is brief about me and the university.
Hassan, very impressive. Let me move on to Seper now.
We can't hear you.
Yes, my name is Seper Abrishami from University of Portsmouth. I'm senior lecturer and program leader for our digital built environment courses, particularly MSc Building Information Management, BIM. We are working here mainly on the digital revolution within the built environment and how this can address energy transition and sustainability. I think we are here today to talk about how what is the role of education in energy transition and in general terms in sustainability, and I'm very happy to join this talk. Thank you.
The university, usually we work with the future leader. And therefore it would be great to know your view in terms of preparing the leader for tomorrow, this energy transition. Vladina, what you are doing in part of the curriculum or part of the subject that you have, either for bachelor or master or PhD students, what are you are doing?
Okay, so thank you. So one of the things is we basically only do master's students. That's one important thing, and we do a lot of executive training. And again, it's geared at the policymakers. And one of the key focus is systemic thinking. So when you look at energy and you look at the growth of energy or the trends in energy, you're talking about 100 years, right? From basic research all the way up to applied commercial research. Also, you do see this lag between policies being implemented and the impact of policies. What we want is policymakers to understand that. So I'll just take a small example right now, which is renewables. And when we talk about renewables, we're assuming that they are better than oil and coal. So if you just look at that slide that's up over there, you're looking at something like oil at 77% contribution to energy, and you see solar only at 17%. So everyone thinks solar is the next big thing, right? But systems thinking means moving beyond bounded rationality. And we make assumptions based on facts and on the data that we have at that point in time. So I really think policymakers should not be talking always risk. They should be talking trade-offs, because that's really important. The decisions we take today have intergenerational impacts. So you're talking about 30, 60 years. It's not quick wins. You're really talking long term. And just as a simple example, look at this between solar benefits and solar costs. So while definitely solar is good, and thankfully a lot of funding is going into solar research, which is required, we have a lot of aging solar cells, which will all reach maturity, end of life, and these are not easily recyclable. They have huge damage to the environment. Most of the solar cells being produced today are coming from China, and most of the energy source for production is coal. So we tend to only choose pieces of information that look nice, but we ignore everything else. And this means we need to look at the value chain. There is no short form on that. And this causes a little tension in universities, because what makes a great scientist is that singular focus on the problem and not the wide angle. I mean, that's what makes a great scientist, right? But it is our job in the university to educate and to look at the interdisciplinary aspect. And I'm glad that a lot of universities are doing that, and they're actually taking this into board. And I just wanted to show you this one example. So if you look at solar cells, it's not just the solar cells, it's the solar batteries, you know, where you store it, how you transmit it. You look at a silicon chip, which is generally in everything. An average silicon chip, when you take all the components, travels something like 50,000 kilometers, right, across the world. And when we take e-waste, which is a big production, only 17% is recycled. In fact, a lot of the more sustainable, and I'll put that in inverted commas, countries actually export e-waste to poorer countries who don't have the facilities and the capacities to do justice to that. So again, it enters into our environment, and we're going to have another problem down the line. We see this with turbines, for example, which have fiberglass in them and cannot be easily recycled. So again, lithium batteries have the same problem. So that's one big challenge. I probably will stop there for now, and then maybe I'll come back to some more points later.
Nina, because you are giving us a new view that
Yeah, you can now.
that if you are focusing in one aspect, it might mislead us if we do not look at the other aspect of this energy transition as well. And that's eye-opening for the policymaker, for those that are in this industry. And then, Hassan, if you look at this issue that Meladina shared, and also I'm sure you have a particular aspect of what Meladina shared us in your university and the research group that you have 6 research group, and particularly if I want to go to teaching-based module that you have, how you embed this in order to avoid this in the future, because those that they are in your university, they are either in industry or they go to the government or they are working part of the society. How you make sure that at least you prepare them for better tomorrow?
True. That's a very interesting point, Hossein. What I can say is that I can look at it from 2 angles, one from university side and the other one from student side. The universities, as we know, are key stakeholders in the societal commitment to combating climate change, and also a resource pool for new talent capable of exploring the next technological breakthroughs in energy. But on the other hand, there is a role for students as well. Today's students must help achieve our carbon reduction and goals set for 2030, 2050, 2070, and that they share in the culture and behavior of wanting to create a cleaner future. This means that what we are doing is not just educating them, rather these students are our ambassadors to take it forward and implement it more when they join the industry or they start their own businesses. What we do at University of Derby, we have not only specific programs delivering issues related to climate change and energy transition at master level, undergraduate level, but also that at each modules we are trying to embed issues relevant to the climate change and energy transitions and make them in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So the university has prepared a mapping of how the modules are meeting the expectations and the needs of the making the Sustainable Development Goals. That is embedded in our curriculum. We have regular communication and engagement with the industry, because clearly industry and academia should go hand in hand in delivering the knowledge to our students and also taking the knowledge from the university to the industry. In addition to that, as I mentioned, we have 6 research themes across the university, and one of them specifically zero carbon, focuses on zero carbon, but it doesn't mean that this research theme is in isolation from others. No, the intention is to direct us towards the goals that we have, and it develops interdisciplinary research between colleagues who are purely focusing on energy transition with other disciplines. At College of Business, Law and Social Sciences, we have several research projects both in the UK and other countries trying to address the issues of gap in the knowledge in academia, how we can narrow the gap in the knowledge and how we can contribute to the industry in terms of sustainable development and energy transition.
Thank you, Hassan. So, appreciate that. Hassan, I can see that the variety of the research, and that would be great that you can share on later on how you can bring this knowledge from the research, particularly those 6 centers that you have, how you can embed it. But at the same time, I could see that the bridge that you are breaking here among this gap that currently we are seeing. And then if I go back to Seper, how you make sure that this issue that Maladina shared with you and also Hassan, they are tackling part of it. How your university, particularly in your domain, you are make sure that you prepare students, the future leader in this energy transition.
I think to answer that, I should go back to where I come from, the built environment. And the built environment traditionally is one of the troublemakers among other industries. And the introduction of data within the built environment, one of the goals was to basically enable us to analyze what we have been doing and provide a more responsive answer to the problems that we have been creating. Going back to what Maladina and Hassan said, from the educational point of view, I think there are 2 things that comes to my mind. One of them is the response and one of them is the responsibility. And I believe that the educational system's main role will lie within the responsibility and what is our responsibility as educators in the energy transition. So one thing, if not just from the University of Portsmouth, one thing that I can talk about the general higher education in the UK is now there is a more structured approach for sustainability and energy transition that is being forced to higher education, not only just led by higher education, for example, from accreditation bodies, from different organizations that they require to see within the modules that we deliver, how we deliver sustainability, energy transition, and different factors. But the main thing we do from the built environment point of view is to bring that knowledge, bring that information, and bring that data into our industry, which is the architecture, engineering, and construction industry, which enable us to analyze that and make more averse decisions, basically.
Thank you, Seper. Now, I'm glad to hear that you, say, perhaps produce more information, data, fact, and figure. Then, if I may ask Meladina, when we see this fact and figure, and we know that in university, what we do at the end of the day, we want to see the impact, either through research or education, to the society. We want to see the output, the impact in the society. How, if you share with us a couple of, say, perhaps case study, or how you are embedding this impact on the society, that would be great.
Okay, so if I could just show the slides, I wanted to highlight one point on the research. Is it possible? So let me present the slides. I am not sure whether you can see the slides, but so one of the things I wanted to show is actually the research and how long it takes from basic research to go to actually commercial research. And you see the journey is very long. One of the things that worries me right now is governments have pulled out of basic research. They're putting more money on applied research. And of course, industry is putting more money on the applied to commercial research. So this is a little bit of a worry because humans have always thrived when we have let loose imagination. And I feel right now with the intense pressure for publishing, this is becoming harder and harder. So this is one thing I wanted to highlight in the research journey is we need perhaps the same investments in basic research because what we see today is being fueled by research from the past. The second thing, if you look at IP, you see most of the IP is actually coming out of China. So you actually see a geopolitical sort of like divide right now. And this raises also interesting questions. When you come to commercialization, obviously the countries that can produce with cheapest manpower are able to obviously have a leadership role in the energy sector. And this also raises interesting questions. So when we go and work with researchers, there's several things. You're looking at efficiency, you're looking at commercialization, you're looking at the manufacturing processes. And the reality is sometimes something will come around and disrupt existing systems simply at scale. So this becomes very hard to predict. It requires a whole of government approach where you're working across sectors and you have government leading in some of these things. So this is where the clusters become extremely important. So that's a couple of points I wanted to highlight.
Thank you very much, Meladina. Appreciate that. Hassan, maybe if you combine these two aspects that I mentioned by Meladina, if you have some case study, particularly the impact of what you can see in the society and around you, that would be great. We are looking at the time as well. I appreciate if you share with us a couple of these examples. That would be great. Thank you.
Sure, absolutely. Let me just go to the point about examples of what we are doing at Derby University. Under the umbrella of a Green Entrepreneurs Program, the University of Derby is partnering with Derbyshire County Council to deliver a £2 million grant fund for businesses interested in developing and investing in green energy and carbon reduction schemes, and individuals looking for to retrain in the field of alternative energy. So this is a clear example of dedication of the resources in terms of the budget, money, and also staff, and how we are contributing to the society in the region, nationally, and planning to go beyond that internationally in terms of having impact. And as generally, the University of Derby is keen for impact, and that's Impact University. We want to improve the life of businesses, individuals, and society, and contribute to that. That at University of Derby, what you can see on the website is it also emphasizes that we help businesses to decarbonize its energy sources and transport with the free technical support and consultancy. So there is a dedication of the staff and resources to the society in terms of to move towards this energy transition and zero carbon. Plus that we have several active researchers in this field working with the industry at SME level and larger businesses to embed the practice of saving our society and helping them to move toward energy transition, process smoothly by the support of academic staff that we have. There is also a scholarship fund allocated to several activities that relates to environment, renewable energy, low carbon, sustainable food, drink, and farming, and also clean growth. We have also a couple of research clusters under the research themes that are directly contributing to this line of the research and activities to have impact in actual practice in the industry and society.
Thank you, Hassan. That was fantastic to hear from you. If I may go for in two minutes, Max Sepper, please, if you share with us the impact. Particularly, I'm interested if you talk about a little bit your digital twin lab that you have, because that has a significant impact on the society. That would be great, but one of the case study as well. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So what we are doing in the digital twin area, basically trying to bring the industry. So we are working closely with local companies, local SMEs, to help them in this transition of focusing on the built environment sector again, helping in the transition from more traditional methods of construction in general to move into this digital built environment. So we are working in different concepts, as mentioned before by Hassan. We are having KTPs through the UKRI Innovate UK, or we are having the university seminars, university CPDs to guide the industry, and also developing strategies and plan for BIM implementation. Something that Hassan mentioned before that I thought I can pick up on. He wisely mentioned that we are generating ambassadors. So one thing that we don't want to do in terms of the educational system, we don't want to promote zero carbon energy transition or sustainability. We want to generate ambassadors. We want to create people, or we want to educate people that are ambassadors in that sense. Because one thing that is interesting to know, that the destruction, I'm just quoting from David Orr, the destruction of the planet is not the work of ignorant people, rather the result of work by people with bachelor's, master's, and PhDs. So that's what we are trying to do at this stage. We are trying to generate ambassadors, work with the industry. We have different terms of different collaboration. As I said, we have CPDs that educating people that have been in the industry for a long time, so they can come back and get a grasp of what the new built environment sector looks like, and also directly helping them implementing these new strategies and implementing BIM goals basically within the AEC market in the UK.
Thank you, Sepper. I like the last quotation that, if I borrow it, the ambassador that the university and also Hassan mentioned as well. And I'm sure the Maladinia is quite agree with me. And that's a key word we need to take from our session, that we are providing ambassador from the university representative. I think that's the best thing to finish our session. And again, I do apologize for the disconnection that we had at the beginning, but I do believe that we have a very productive session. Perhaps we need to repeat this next year or in a different format, even bigger audience and a speaker. By this, I thank you very much again, and have a wonderful day. All the best and goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.